In a previous video, I talked about my experience in options trading. Let's go on a journey together to discover what is options trading, as well as to see whether it is feasible to do it in biotech companies. But before that, let's roll that intro. I've been teaching biology since 2004. On this channel, I hope to simplify and explain the science behind the companies that's driving the genomics revolution, one video at a time. Before I begin, I have to state that I'm not an expert in options trading, and I'm just showing you my thought processes leading to the strategy that I have chosen. It may be flawed because it only applies to my specific purpose of generating passive income and therefore may not apply to your specific situation. But I hope this video gets you thinking on all the tools that's easily accessible to you to grow your pot of gold. I was first exposed to options trading about a decade ago with an online course that I've bought that has got a small section dedicated to it. But I never went through with the trading because I thought it was too complex and that I'll never be able to benefit from it. Fast forward to last year, where our lives were turned upside down, I started exploring ways to downsize my living expenses and upsize my income. In the income portion, there is the active and the passive component. And it is the passive component that I'm going to spend my attention on, since we are already spending so much productive time in a day on generating the active income. By the way, I don't believe that passive income equates to zero effort. The effort and time may vary, but most strategies require that you create a playbook in order to net the extra income, and it will still require effort and time for maintenance afterwards. All the passive income strategies, I was looking for one which is the easiest to implement. Once it is in place, and if you have the bandwidth, then you can work on the next. For me, it was options trading. And as I explained last week, it was born out of a frustration of having idling cash around that was not productive. This was set aside as my rainy day fund, where I tracked how much I spent in 1 month and tried to save 1 year's worth of it as spare cash. And because I was constantly working to reduce my living expenses, I now have in excess of 12 months worth of expenses in savings. And this is excluding my investment portfolio. I do not cherish the idea of losing value in this fund due to inflation. Not only that, options trading yields better returns compared to the abysmal bank interest that I received, and this was shown in the previous week's video. And so, trading options it shall be. Options are binding contracts of the sale or purchase of an asset, and in this case, I'm only going to focus on stocks, with some terms and conditions spelled out. The terms and conditions are written in the format of by when, if this, then that. And there are two types of options contracts. The first is called call option, and the other is called put option. The call options contract terms specifies that by a specific time, if prices of a stock increases above an agreed price, then you will sell it at an agreed price. Since you are putting something up for sale, you will need to pay to list your goods. Think of it like setting up a shop at Amazon.com. And at Amazon, you will be charged a percentage of sale as platform fees. But in return, you have a guaranteed margin of profit when a sell transaction occurs on Amazon. The put options contract terms is the exact opposite instead. It specifies that by a specific time, if prices of a stock falls below an agreed price, then you will buy it at the agreed price. You may think to yourself, why would I do that? Exactly, that's what Amazon thought as well. That's why they've set up a little referral bonus for you. Come over to us and we'll pay you for your trouble. These bonuses are given irregardless of whether you make the purchases or not, as long as you show up and promise that you're going to make the purchase sometime. And it is this bonus that forms the basis of the passive income that I'm looking for. call options are not suitable for us retail investors who are focused on generating passive income because we've got very little products to offer and we've got to pay to play. Think of it like we are a mums and pops convenience store versus that of the gigantic Walmart with inventories that is worth upwards of 45 billion a year. Aiyo! How much can we stock? $50,000 worth of inventories? And to top it off, these inventories that we stock will have a limited shelf life too. There is no bargaining power compared to the huge institutions like Walmart. Not only that, as the price of the stocks increase, we will be limited by the amount of profit we can make since this has already been agreed in the contract that's set out. For example, a call option may state that within July, if prices of a stock increases beyond $1 and we sell it at $1 to a buyer, then we will never see any profits beyond $1. Even if the stock rises 10 times. Aiyo! Why limit your earnings in this way? You might as well buy actual stocks rather than options and net yourself unlimited profits. Conversely, I like put options because it pays me the bonus money, creating the passive income that I'm after all along. But there is a but, as all things do. Let's go through the contract terms of put options again. It specifies that by a specific time, if prices of a stock falls below an agreed price, then you will buy it at the agreed price. Let's say by any time till the last day of July, if the stock price agreed is $1 and if the stock price falls below $1, you buy the stock at $1. What happens when the stock price continually rises to $2 throughout the whole of July? You get to walk away not buying anything, just like in the grocery store where you see something more expensive than what you're willing to pay for. And also keeping the bonus money. If the stock price falls to $1 sometime in July, for example, then the stocks will get assigned to you since this is the terms that was originally set out. You will have to pay for what you ordered, but you get to keep the bonus money. This is a negative for those who are only after the bonus money and never wanted the stock in the first place. But it can be worked to your advantage. Let me explain. The first win is of course the bonus money. The second win is that the stocks can be bought at a discount. Want me to explain? Let me know in the comments. Once the stock gets assigned to you, there is still value for which it can appreciate in the future and you can still sell for a profit. Therein lies the most important rule of put options trading. That is, you must only trade put options in the stocks where you have the highest conviction about. Note that liking a company is not the same as having convictions about it. Convictions come when you know truly the ins and the outs of a company. That at a moment's notice, you can give a lecture to anyone to convince them that the company is worth it. And they get convinced too. If you don't truly understand the company's fundamentals, which in reality could be vaporware, once the counter trend arises, the price can tank irreversibly where the value can never be recuperated. And this is the risk in put options stock assignment. Of course, the next big question is what are my thoughts of put options trading in biotech companies since I'm a sector specialist? The short answer, unfortunately, is no for now. But the long answer is maybe. Let me explain. The bonus money is actually negotiable. Of course, we are going to ask for as high a value as we possibly can. And if there are many in the market who are selling the same thing, your net bonus will increase because they are all after you. Unfortunately, investors right now have low awareness because unlike you, the average person on the street do not truly understand the biotech companies and are therefore staying away. Since there's hardly anyone in the biotech marketplace, the put option orders that you put up with the high bonus money may not get filled, so no bonus. Or it may be filled with low returns to you, and that does not make it worth it since you have the risk of stock assignments. Remember, the purpose of put options trading is to generate passive income. And for the biotech companies, I personally feel that we should just buy the shares outright for now. So the example that I showed last week was not Beam Therapeutics, neither was it Illumina. Now that we have come to the end of this video, I hope it's an informative one for you. I will still continue to do monthly put options, even though it's not in the biotech companies for now. But if I do, I'll definitely let you know. Do you want me to talk more about options? Like for example, what are the rules I set for myself to further reduce my risk? Or to know more about options, let me know in the comment section below. Before I end, do remember to do your due diligence for the biotech stocks I cover. So till the next time, you've been awesome and I'm Benjamin Yang. See you in the next video.